The Demon Waterwheel is a Finnish story. Once upon a time, in a small Finnish village, there was an old watermill. The watermill had not been used for a long time, but the villagers told that there was a terrible legend in that place. The watermill is built by the river near the village and was once used by villagers to grind grain for a living. But one day, a big storm hit the village, after which the waterwheel was broken. Since then, the villagers have avoided approaching the watermill, and no one has tried to walk near it at night. The reason is that at night, the waterwheel begins to turn on its own, and a low growl echoes. The villagers believed that the waterwheel was the work of an evil spirit. No one dared to touch the secret, only watching it from a distance. One day, a young village boy, Kaino, became interested in a watermill. Kaino grew up listening to horrific stories told by the villagers for years, but he was still interested in unraveling the secrets of the watermill. If there really is an evil spirit, I will solve the mystery, Kaino decided. In the evening, as the sun was about to set, Kaino went to the watermill. Walking along the path, he muttered to himself in his heart. "Don't be afraid. I'm sure nothing will happen." As the watermill approached, Kaino stared at the old building. The roof of the hut was about to break, all the windows were broken, and it was clear that it had already been unused for a long time. However, Kaino mustered up the courage and opened the door. When the door creaked open, a cool air spread. Kaino took out a flashlight and stepped inside to shine it on. At that moment, I felt something creepy. The waterwheel began to turn quietly but surely. "Something is wrong," Kaino muttered in his heart as he approached the waterwheel. Every time the waterwheel turned, I heard a roar in the dark. It was an eerie sound, as if something was whispering. Suddenly, there was a particularly loud noise, and Kaino stopped in surprise. What appeared in front of me was something like a hazy shadow. It was in the form of a person, with long hair and red eyes. Kaino couldn't help but step back, but the shadow quickly approached him. "Who is it?" Kaino asked in a trembling voice. The shadow replied slowly. "I am the evil spirit that dwells in this waterwheel, and I have been trapped here for a long time. If someone like you comes, you may be released." Kaino felt fear in his heart, but at the same time he regained his composure. "Why are you here?" The shadow was silent for a while, but eventually began to speak. "I used to be a farmer in the village. However, I pursued my own interests without helping others. One day, I chose the wrong path and incurred the wrath of the gods. Since then, I have been trapped in this waterwheel and have spent hundreds of years in solitude." When Kaino heard the story, he felt a little sympathy. "Then how can you be freed?" "The one who frees me must be one with a pure heart," the demon replied. "If you really want liberation, you must tell me the truth to break my curse." Kaino took a deep breath and stood firm. "I will find a way to break your curse, and I believe that even if you make a mistake, there is a way to be forgiven." Then the demon smiled quietly and said last, "Thank you, for your courage, I will be freed." At that moment, the waterwheel stopped, and the eerie air in the room changed completely. Kaino was relieved, and when he went outside, he was able to return to the village. The next day, when the villagers visited the watermill, it was no longer a terrible place. End.